Welcome back to Top 10 Magazine. My name is Tom, and in this video, we explore the gripping stories behind 10 of the most infamous trials that have sparked controversy and fascinated audiences worldwide.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more top 10 videos like this one.
Number 1. O.J. Simpson Trial, 1995. The trial of O.J. Simpson, a former NFL player and actor, was one of the most famous and controversial criminal trials in American history. Simpson was accused of murdering his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ronald Goldman. The case garnered significant media attention and raised issues of race, as Simpson is African American and the victims were white. The trial became a focal point for discussions about racial dynamics in the criminal justice system. The defense team argued that the evidence was mishandled, alleging police misconduct and a racially biased investigation. The trial's televised nature and the involvement of high-profile attorneys further added to the controversy. Number 2. Casey Anthony Trial, 2011. The trial of Casey Anthony received widespread media coverage and generated intense public interest. Anthony was accused of murdering her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee Anthony. The case relied heavily on circumstantial evidence, as there were no eyewitnesses to the crime. The defense argued that Kaylee's death was accidental and that Casey's dysfunctional family dynamics led her to cover up the incident. The jury's subsequent acquittal of Casey Anthony shocked and outraged many, leading to debates about the justice system and the handling of the case. Public opinion remained divided, with some believing in Anthony's innocence and others convinced of her guilt. Number 3. George Zimmerman Trial, 2013. The trial of George Zimmerman for the shooting death of Trayvon Martin became a national and international story that ignited discussions about race, gun laws, and self-defense. Zimmerman, a neighborhood watch volunteer, shot and killed Martin, an unarmed African-American teenager. The case raised questions about racial profiling and Florida's Stand Your Ground law, which allows individuals to use deadly force if they believe they are in imminent danger. The trial focused on whether Zimmerman acted in self-defense or if he had pursued and confronted Martin. The verdict, acquitting Zimmerman of second-degree murder charges, sparked protests and renewed debates about racial bias in the criminal justice system. Number 4. Scott Peterson Trial, 2004. The trial of Scott Peterson for the murder of his pregnant wife, Laci Peterson, and their unborn child gripped the nation. The case received extensive media coverage, with reporters closely following the trial proceedings. The prosecution presented circumstantial evidence, including Peterson's affair and suspicious behavior, to argue that he had murdered his wife. The defense contended that Peterson was wrongly accused and that there was insufficient evidence to prove his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The trial was controversial due to the intense public scrutiny, the media's portrayal of the case, and debates about the death penalty, as Peterson was sentenced to death. Number 5. Amanda Knox Trial, 2007 to 2015. The trial of Amanda Knox, an American exchange student, for the murder of her British roommate, Meredith Kercher, in Italy, attracted international attention and was marked by a series of legal twists and turns. Knox was initially convicted but later acquitted by an appellate court. However, the Supreme Court of Italy overturned the acquittal, leading to a retrial that ended with a conviction. Finally, the highest court in Italy acquitted Knox and her co-defendant, Raffaele Solicito, definitively. The case involved allegations of misconduct by the Italian police, conflicting forensic evidence, and a complex legal process. The trial garnered significant media coverage and was surrounded by media sensationalism, making it highly controversial.
Don't forget to like and share this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel for more top 10 videos like this one.
Number 6. Jodi Arias Trial, 2013. The trial of Jodi Arias for the murder of her ex-boyfriend, Travis Alexander, was characterized by its graphic and salacious details. Arias initially denied involvement but later claimed self-defense, alleging that Alexander had physically and emotionally abused her. The trial gained significant media attention due to the shocking nature of the crime and the sensational details presented during the proceedings. The case's controversial aspects included Arias changing stories and the high-profile nature of the trial, with the proceedings becoming a source of public fascination. Number 7. Phil Spector Trial, 2007. The trial of music producer Phil Spector for the murder of actress Lana Clarkson was marked by his celebrity status, the forensic evidence presented, and allegations of his history of violence towards women. Spector had a reputation in the music industry but was not widely known to the general public. The trial explored whether Spector had intentionally shot Clarkson or if her death was an accident. The case relied heavily on expert testimony regarding gunshot residue and the circumstances surrounding the incident. The high-profile nature of the trial and the involvement of a prominent figure in the music industry made it controversial. Number 8. Michael Jackson Trial, 2005. The trial of pop superstar Michael Jackson on child molestation charges garnered significant media attention worldwide. Jackson was accused of sexually abusing a young boy who had stayed at his Neverland Ranch. The trial raised questions about Jackson's behavior, his relationships with children, and the motives of the accusers. The case involved the testimony of both the accuser and Jackson's celebrity friends. Jackson's acquittal led to debates about the credibility of the accusers and the influence of fame in the justice system. The trial had a lasting impact on Jackson's reputation and public perception. Number 9. Timothy McVeigh Trial, 1997. The trial of Timothy McVeigh for the Oklahoma City bombing, one of the deadliest acts of domestic terrorism in U.S. history, was controversial due to its gravity and the ensuing death penalty debate. McVeigh was convicted and ultimately executed for the bombing, which killed 168 people and injured many more. The trial became a symbol of domestic terrorism, sparking discussions about radicalization, anti-government sentiments, and the death penalty. The case received extensive media coverage and raised questions about the motivations behind the attack and the appropriate punishment for such crimes. Number 10. Slobodan Milošević Trial, 2002 to 2006. The trial of former Yugoslav President Slobodan Milošević for war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide during the Balkan conflicts was a landmark case in international criminal law. Milošević faced charges related to the atrocities committed during the Yugoslav wars, including ethnic cleansing and the massacre of civilians. The trial took place at the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia and was marked by numerous controversies. Milošević's conduct during the proceedings, his health issues, and the political implications of the case were highly debated. The trial aimed to hold a high-ranking political leader accountable for crimes committed under his leadership and brought attention to the widespread atrocities of the Balkan conflicts.
Want to see more top 10 videos like this one? Subscribe now and join our community.